Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're diving into the world of starting an online business today, but without needing, a ton of cash up front.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, and we're going to break down just how.
Absolutely. Our listeners are always looking for actionable insights, and today's deep dive is going to be packed with them. We've got this great piece from blogwidow.com dated March 19th, 2025 that really breaks down some low-cost business ideas.
Hmm.
Our mission today is to really unpack what these ventures mean for someone looking to, maybe dip their toes into entrepreneurship or even make a bigger career change.
Right, exactly. The internet has totally changed the game for starting a business.
Yeah,
It's not just for the big players anymore. And this article does a great job of highlighting that shift.
for sure.
So we're going to be looking at 6 main business models that they talk about.
Okay, cool.
First up, we have freelance services, which is basically using your existing skills to make money. Then we have drop shipping, which is all about selling products online without actually having to hold any inventory. Sounds kind of crazy, but
I know.
it's becoming super popular.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that one.
Then there's affiliate marketing, which is all about earning commissions by promoting other people's products. So it's all about, recommendations and building trust with your audience.
Interesting.
And then we have print on demand, which is a great option for creative folks.
Oh, nice.
It lets you design custom products like t-shirts and mugs without having to worry about, actually printing and shipping them yourself.
That's pretty clear.
Then we'll move on to online courses and coaching, which is perfect for anyone with some, expertise they want to share and monetize.
Awesome.
And last but not least, we'll talk about content creation things like starting a YouTube channel or a blog or even a podcast.
Hey, yeah, we know a thing or two about that.
Exactly. And the best part about all of these models is that they don't require a huge financial investment to get started.
Which is exactly what we're all about here on the Deep Dive, right?
Yeah.
Making these ideas accessible to everyone. Okay, let's dive into the first one. Freelance services. This feels like a really good starting point for a lot of people, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's all about utilizing skills you already have, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's writing or design or marketing or whatever.
Hmm.
What do you think is the biggest advantage of freelancing, especially when it comes to keeping costs down?
Well, the biggest thing is you're not starting from scratch.
Right.
You're not building a product or, renting a storefront.
Yeah, you're basically your own product.
Exactly. Your skills are the product.
The article mentions some platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and Freelancer. Can you tell us a bit more about those?
Yeah, so these are online marketplaces, basically. They connect freelancers, people with skills, to businesses or individuals who need those skills. So let's say you're a graphic designer, right? You can create a profile on one of these platforms, showcase your work, and then businesses who need a logo or a website designed can find you and hire you.
It's like a matchmaker for businesses and freelancers.
Exactly. And these platforms take a small cut of each transaction, but it's still a really cost-effective way to find clients.
Okay. And the article really emphasizes the importance of a portfolio.
Oh yeah, your portfolio is everything when you're freelancing.
Yeah.
Because potential clients need to see what you can do, right?
Mhm.
And a good portfolio can really make you stand out from the crowd.
So no need for fancy websites or spending a lot of money on advertising.
Not necessarily. A simple website can definitely be helpful, but it's not a requirement to get started. Your portfolio is your main marketing tool, essentially.
Got it. So with freelancing, you're really investing your time more than anything else.
Absolutely. Building a strong reputation takes time,
Yeah.
and delivering high-quality work consistently.
Yeah.
And that's how you build trust with clients and get those all-important positive reviews.
So even though freelancing is low cost in terms of upfront investment, it does require a commitment.
Right,
That-
for sure.
You have to be willing to put in the work. Okay, let's move on to our next low-cost business model, drop shipping.
This one's really fascinating. I've seen a lot of people, find a lot of success with drop shipping.
Yeah, it sounds almost too good to be true.
Hmm.
You're selling products online without ever actually having to handle them. It's mind-boggling. Can you break it down for us, step by step?
Sure. So imagine you have an online store, right? But instead of keeping all the products you sell in a warehouse, you partner with a supplier who handles all of that. So when a customer orders something from your store, you basically just forward that order to your supplier,
Okay.
and they ship it directly to the customer.
So you never even see the product.
Nope. You don't have to deal with packing or shipping or anything like that.
So that's how you keep the costs down.
Exactly. No need to rent warehouse space. No need to buy inventory up front.
Right. So it sounds like with dropshipping, your biggest investments are probably going to be in your website and marketing.
Yeah, definitely. You need a good-looking online store that's easy to navigate.
And you need to get people to actually visit your store. The article mentions platforms like Shopify and Oberlo. What role do they play in the whole dropshipping process?
So Shopify is a platform that lets you build your own e-commerce website.
Okay.
It's really user-friendly, even if you don't have any, tech skills.
Oh,
And then Oberlo is a tool that integrates with Shopify and helps you find and connect with dropshipping suppliers.
so basically it streamlines the whole process of finding products to sell and getting them shipped to your customers.
Exactly. And while Shopify and Oberlo do have subscription fees, they're typically much lower than the costs of traditional retail, like renting a space and managing inventory.
Right, so it's still a very low-cost way to start an online business.
Yeah.
Okay, so far we've talked about selling your skills with freelance services and selling products without touching them with dropshipping. Now let's move on to affiliate marketing.
Okay, so affiliate marketing is all about, like I said, recommending products or services that you love and earning a commission when someone makes a purchase through your unique referral link.
A viral link.
Yeah, so it's a special link that tracks where the customer came from. So let's say you have a blog about, healthy cooking, right? And you write a review of a blender that you really like.
Yeah.
You can include your affiliate link for that blender in your blog post.
Got it.
And if someone clicks on your link and buys the blender, you get a percentage of the sale.
That makes sense. And the article makes a big point about choosing a specific niche for your affiliate marketing efforts. Why is that so important?
Because you want to attract the right audience. If you're writing about healthy cooking, you're going to attract people who are interested in healthy cooking.
Right.
And they're more likely to be interested in buying a high-quality blender than, say, someone who's just browsing the internet randomly.
So it's all about targeting your content.
Exactly. And there are tons of affiliate programs out there for every niche you can imagine. The article mentions Amazon Associates and ShareASale.
Right. What are those exactly?
So those are platforms that connect businesses with affiliate marketers.
Okay.
So let's say you want to promote those blenders we were talking about. You could join the Amazon Associates program or sign up with ShareASale, and then you'd have access to all sorts of different blender brands and products that you could promote on your blog.
So like a giant marketplace for affiliate marketing.
Yeah, pretty much. And the beauty of affiliate marketing is that you don't have to create your own products.
Right.
You don't have to worry about inventory or shipping or customer service.
Yeah. So it's a very low-cost way to get started.
Definitely.
You're basically just leveraging your knowledge and your ability to connect with an audience.
Hey.
Okay. Let's move on to print on demand. Now, this one sounds really cool for creative types,
Oh, absolutely.
people who love to design things. Can you explain how print on demand works?
Sure. So with print on demand, you create designs for products like t-shirts, mugs, posters, phone cases, all sorts of things. But the cool part is you don't actually print anything until someone orders it.
Oh, so it's like drop shipping, but for your own custom designs.
Exactly.
That's a great way to put it. So you basically upload your designs to a platform, like the article mentions, Printful and Redbubble, and then they handle all the printing and shipping.
Yep. And they also handle customer service, so you really don't have to worry about any of the logistics.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's really streamlined the whole process of creating and selling custom products.
So the big question here is, if the platform's handling all of that, what's your main job as the designer?
Well, first and foremost, you got to create those awesome designs, right? But then you also need to market them. You got to get people to see your designs and want to buy them.
So it's still a business. You still need to put in the work.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's not like you just upload a design and then the money magically starts rolling in.
No, definitely not.
But the nice thing is you don't have to invest any money up front in inventory.
Right.
You only pay when someone actually buys something with your design on it.
Exactly.
So it's a really low-risk way to get started.
Okay, let's shift gears now and talk about online courses and coaching.
This is a really exciting space right now. There's so much potential for people who are passionate about sharing their knowledge.
Yeah, and it feels very in line with, the whole knowledge economy. People are always looking for ways to learn new skills or improve existing ones.
Absolutely.
So with online courses, you're basically packaging your expertise into a digital product.
Exactly. You create a series of videos, maybe some worksheets or quizzes, and then you host it all on a platform like Teachable or Udemy. And these platforms, they basically act like your virtual classroom.
Yeah, pretty much.
They handle things like payments, student enrollment, all that stuff.
Exactly.
So as an instructor, you can focus on creating great content.
Right. And coaching is a similar concept. but it's more one-on-one or in small groups.
Right.
So you might offer coaching sessions via video conferencing, for example.
So it's more personalized.
Exactly.
And the article talks about how online courses and coaching can be a really great way to help others while also building a profitable business.
It's a win-win, really. You get to share your passion with others and help them achieve their goals.
And you get to make a living doing something you love.
Right. And the initial investment is pretty low, too.
Yeah, it's mostly about investing your time, creating the course content, or developing your coaching program.
Right. But once you have that in place, the potential for scaling your business is huge.
Awesome. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about content creation. This is a big one, right?
Huge. And it encompasses so many different things. Blogging, podcasting, social media. It's all about creating and sharing content that people find valuable and engaging.
And as you mentioned earlier, the barriers to entry for content creation are pretty low these days. You don't need a fancy studio or expensive equipment to get started.
And so, nope, you can literally start a YouTube channel with just your phone.
And a lot of blogging platforms are free to use.
Exactly.
So in terms of upfront costs, it's very accessible. But, of course, there's more to it than just hitting record or publishing a blog post.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You got to be consistent. You got to create content that people actually want to watch or read or listen to.
It takes time to build an audience.
Absolutely.
It's not an overnight thing.
No, but it can be incredibly rewarding. You know, when you start to see people engaging with your content, leaving comments, sharing it with their friends, it's a really great feeling.
Totally. And the article mentions a few different ways to monetize your content once you have an audience.
Right, so you can run ads on your videos or your blog. You can get sponsorships from brands that align with your niche.
And you can even use platforms like Patreon to get support directly from your fans.
Exactly.
So there are definitely ways to make money from content creation, but it's important to be realistic about the timeline.
Yeah, it's a long game.
It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Definitely not.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here today. We've talked about 6 different low-cost online business ideas, all inspired by this great article from blogwidow.com. And what's really stood out to me is how accessible these ideas are, you know? Like, you don't need to be a tech genius or have a ton of money to get started.
Exactly. The internet has really leveled the playing field when it comes to entrepreneurship.
And the article really drives home the point that the key to success with any of these ventures is choosing something that you're passionate about.
Absolutely. You got to be willing to put in the work, right? And that's a lot easier if you're actually excited about what you're doing.
Totally. So I guess the big question for our listeners now is, which of these ideas resonates most with you?
Yeah, what are your skills? What are your passions?
What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing?
Because those are the things that are going to make you successful in the long run.
Right. So take some time to really think about what you want to create and then take that first step.
It could be as simple as, setting up a profile on a freelance platform or brainstorming some content ideas for a YouTube channel.
Just start somewhere. That's the most important thing.
Exactly. And remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Okay, before we wrap up, just a quick disclaimer. The information we've discussed today is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial, business, or professional advice.
Always consult with qualified professionals before making any major decisions.
And also, please remember that the blogwidow.com article we referenced is copyright blogwidow.com 2025. All rights reserved. Any reprinting or reproduction requires explicit permission from the copyright holder.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
And we'll see you next time.